In today's video, I'm going to be discussing what a moai is and why you should make a moai as well. Hi everyone, my name is Christal Burnette. I'm an Okinawan food and health specialist living right here in Okinawa, Japan. I don't live too far away from Hacksaw Ridge either. In my channel, I like to talk about the longevity secrets of the longest living people in the world, the Okinawans. Why in today's video am I talking about a moai? Well, let me first by saying what a moai is. A moai, if you directly translate it, means a common person's finance. Okinawans have been practicing moais for decades and decades and decades. A moai is when a bunch of close people come together once a month to trade money while also drinking, eating, and talking and comforting each other and giving advice, among many, many other things. But one of the biggest factors in living a long life is community and the people that you're with. And it's free. Community. Hanging out with your friends, laughing. There's nothing better in life than doing that. So, how does a moai work? You get together at a izakaya. Izakaya is like a Japanese mix of a bar and a restaurant, so you go there to drink alcohol. You don't have to drink alcohol, but in both Okinawan culture and Japanese culture, drinking alcohol is a huge part. So you get together with like-minded friends or family at the izakaya, or you can get together at a restaurant or a cafe or at someone's house, and you all get together to talk, eat, and drink. But I also said you pass around money. How does that work? Let me explain it because it gets a little confusing if you've never done it before. So you have A, B, C, D, and E. They all pay $100 except for A this month. A is a person who's receiving money. So since B, C, D, and E all gave $100, or 10,000 yen if you want to talk in yen, A receives $400 US or 40,000 yen. The next month, it is decided that B is going to receive the money. So A, C, D, and E all give B $100 or 10,000 yen each. And B is the one who receives $400 or 40,000 yen that month. So what is the purpose of passing around money? Moais back in the day were to help people who are in financial trouble. So if A is having a bad month, then it is decided that A will receive the money that month. Another reason is to get people to definitely meet that once a month and create connections, talk, give advice. If something bad happened that month, comfort them. If something good happened, encourage them and compliment them. It's just, you have to get it together every month, talk, converse, and de-stress. Right, what are the types of moais? So you don't have to go drinking, you don't have to go to an izakaya or a bar. You could have a moai during the afternoon at a cafe. It could be among classmates, it could be owners of companies. A moai could be consistent of anyone. If you just want to get together and be with that person and talk to that person, you can make a moai. Now you might be thinking, well, I could just put $100 into my piggy bank and just break it at the end of the month or next 3 months, and what is the point of a moai? The point of the moai is not just to gain money from other people. It is to have that image of passing over money to someone that you want to help, a friend. Passing over money, when you see yourself doing that, it makes a connection in your mind that says, I am helping that person. And when you give away money, it does something to you, it does something inside of you. It gives you that kind of donation sense, that giving sense. Instead of hoarding money and putting it into your bank account, it feels better to help people. And then when you're the person receiving the money that month, you get this feeling of receiving help from your friends, and you have this overwhelming sense of thankfulness, of appreciation. Also, can you hold yourself accountable by putting money in the piggy bank every month? Sometimes you might be like, well, I'll just spend it on blah, blah, blah this month. But if you go to a moai, you're held accountable. You have to give the money to the people around you. So that leads to the 9 rules of a moai that you cannot break if you're going to make one. The first rule of a moai: make a moai with people you trust. If you make a moai with random people that you don't really know that well, you might not be able to trust them. This means that if they are the first person to receive money and when your moai just starts, they could just not show up the following month, take all that money, and leave you penniless, or all your money's been taken. So make a moai with someone you trust that will come next month. Rule number 2, attending is mandatory. Very common these days that people make plans and then blow them off, and then make plans and don't show up, and say that they're going to make plans but then don't. A moai, you have to attend. The only reason that's acceptable to not join the moai that month is that you got into a car accident, or there's a funeral, or something happened where you just really can't join the moai. but it is encouraged, extremely encouraged, that you must join the moai every month. Which leads to rule number 3. If you are not going to join that month and you think you don't have to pay, that's not true. Even if you don't attend the moai that month, you have to pay the money. So you need to hand over that money to a friend who's going to join beforehand, or you need to bring the money the next month, so bring double the money the next month. That's also a trust part you have to have on that person if they don't attend, or if you have to trust is very important. So you must pay. Because if you don't show, but then you show up the next month, that person that one month is going to get less money than the person who gets money the next month. So you want everyone to get the same amount of money every single month. Rule number 4, you pay for the eating and drinking separately. Why? Because depending on which restaurant you go to, the bill will likely be different every single time. So if you eat and drink more one month and eat and drink less the next month, this person gets less money and this person gets more money, which is not fair. So everyone should pay for their food and drink separately. Rule number 5, the moai happens on the same day every month. Now, I don't mean the same number date. I don't mean that it would have to be on the same 19th, for example, of every month, because that number day will fall on a different weekday or weekend. So to make it easier for everyone to attend, you want it to be on the same weekday or weekend. So for example, you want it to be on the 3rd Monday of every month, or the 2nd Tuesday, or whatever is easiest for everyone's schedule. So for example, I have to do a lot of invoices and a lot of work at the very end of the month, because that's how the accounting works. So if I were to do a moai, I would prefer it to be in the beginning of the month. And also, for example, say I'd rather have it be a Monday and Tuesday, because I don't have a lot of plans on Monday and Tuesday. So if everyone's schedule aligns, we would make it every 2nd Tuesday of the month. Now, if something happens where everyone needs to reschedule all of a sudden, or a festival or a holiday happens on the 2nd Tuesday of the month, then you can move it. If everyone agrees. Everyone has to agree though. So instead of the 2nd Tuesday, make it the 2nd Monday, or make it the 3rd Tuesday. So it is flexible, but try to make it the same time every month. Rule number 6. The person who receives the money that month is the manager. What do I mean by manager? It is the person who makes the reservation for the restaurant or the bar or the izakaya. It is a person who primarily orders the food for everyone. Because in Japanese or Okinawan culture, people don't get their own plates. They share plates of food. So when you share plates of food, you only need one person ordering. So that person orders the food, orders the drink, orders the refills. They are like the little manager that month. They're getting paid to be a manager that month in a sense. So they are the one who organizes the date, make sure everyone comes on time, then they order the food. They are the manager. Rule number 7. It is not decided who's going to receive the money every month. You obviously need to plan it a little bit ahead of time so that person can be manager, but the person who receives money is the one who is in the most trouble. So if, say, for example, C has financial trouble this month, they're the one who receives the money. Typically, Moais is not decided that this month is A, next month it's B, next month it's C. It's random. You show up, usually you just show up and say, okay, who's going to receive the money this month? And oh, I lost my job, so I could really use the money this month. And then it's decided that that's the person. Now, to have that person be the manager, it can be decided a little ahead of time. Or if you go to the same restaurant you always do, and it doesn't really matter. The person who is in financial trouble gets priority. If no one's in financial trouble, then it could just be random, or whoever, I'll take it this month, or, if everyone just agrees, then it's that person. But you do not have a set schedule of who receives the money. Rule number 8. Once someone receives money that month, it is encouraged that they do not receive money until everyone else in the circle receives money once. Why will we do this? Well, obviously, we don't want C to say that they're in financial trouble in June, and then all of a sudden they'd be in financial trouble again in August, and then they're in financial trouble again in October. It's just, obviously it looks like they just kind of want to take money. So it is encouraged that they take money once during a month, and then everyone else gets their turn. Now, if something happens where you trust everyone, and C does say that 1 month they got into a car accident and totaled their car, and then 2 months later their daughter's in the hospital. If you trust them and it's believable and you know that's a true story, then they should receive the money. But if at possible, make it so everyone gets money at least once. And the last rule of a moai, number 9, is that you must attend the moai with the intention of creating deeper connections and bonds. Please do not join a moai if you're going to be quiet and keep to yourself. The purpose is that you're supposed to make deeper connections with people. It is not about the money and it is not about the food and the drink. It is about the connections of the people that you make sitting next to you, because that is the key to longevity. So if you're going to go to a moai and you're going to keep to yourself and listen to everyone else's secrets and stories, then you are not a true member of the moai. So you must go with the intention of opening up your heart and becoming really good friends with people. Those social connections can last a lifetime, and in Okinawa, moais go on for decades. There are people who are doing moais still in their 70s, 80s, even 90s here in Okinawa, and it is found to hugely contribute to their long life and longevity. Thank you for watching my video on what a moai is. I hope you make a moai, and I hope you understood that the key, one of the biggest keys to longevity, is social connections or being a part of a community. If you have any questions about how to make a moai, what are the rules, or any other specifications that you want, please contact me on my Facebook group or Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram, all that good stuff. I would love to talk to you. I will answer any questions because this is my specialty and I love Okinawa. Thank you for watching my video. Arigatou gozaimasu and Nifei de biru. Hope to see you again on my next video. Bye!